Hello, Melissa. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Wonderful. Hey, why don't we do another card reading? You ask me some questions, and just let's see what the cards have got to say. I'll intuitively see what my guides are coming through at the same time, and challenge me. Away you
Sounds
go.
great. Okay, well, I've got a couple of questions, so I'm all prepared. So the first question is, with the UK leading the world with its change on the COVID mandates, etc., this has given people renewed hope for the end of the COVID narrative. How do you see this changing around the world?
Good question. Really good question. And it's what I'm also getting for that as well is that the UK is leading the way, and it's really interesting because you're actually seeing the changes up on all the different countries coming in, and they're dropping the mandates, they're dropping the masks, and you're also watching a few of the countries doing the absolute opposite, and we're one of them. New Zealand, we've got Australia, but not even that the drop with everybody else dropping, the reins have been tightened up. And what I am intuitively getting from that, because I'm constantly asked that question, what's happening? I thought we were going to be with everybody else. No. Too many still are loving our, hang on, sorry, just turn that music down, our JA, our PM. And so you actually have to show the people, and by showing the people, they're actually now getting frustrated. There is a lot of fear in our country, and you've been in the same country as myself, Melissa. It's insane now. It's really insane out there, and the fear is really coming up. And what I've always said, you've actually got to show them, put people in that fear, because all of a sudden something wakes up in them, and then they're actually recognizing, no, I don't want my child with this in their arm. No. And I'm standing up. And whereas before they were okay when it was them, because they needed to go and provide an income for their family, but the minute they've taken on the children, something's waking them up. And this card is just jumped out while I was just shoveling them. So I'm just going to say this, and this is fulfillment of wishes. This is letting you know to lift your vibration up high, because it is happening. And the more of us that lift our vibration higher, we are now tapping into our gifts, and we are having to dig deeper within ourselves to lift our vibration, because we collectively are strong enough to part the sea, as they would say. Okay, so the time is now, definitely, is you are to get so strong with your determination to become part of that collective movement. Because I know in Canada, you see all the trucks, they're all coming along, and they are standing up. Enough is enough. Now, one thing Australia and New Zealand have to do is exactly the same. And there's more over in Australia than ourselves, but we're the brother-sister countries. And that's powerful in itself, the way that's just come out. And it's awakening. I'm seeing more and more people awakening to the event. And okay, and they're also what also woke them up is the boosters, because they've done their part, and they are not participating in it any longer. So let's pull out 3 cards to help us with the question that Melissa presented about the mandates dropping and where we're going from here. Oh, temptation. So it's definitely confirming it is evil. It is of the wrong, what has been rolling out. But the key has come in. And it's definitely, we need to collectively put the energy in, because the light is the key to dissolve it. And yeah, choose wisely. Choose wisely. And it's really soul searching. It is pulling in all your gifts. When you strengthen your mind, your body, and your soul, and your determination, and you connect to the light, because this has tempted you to go this way because it was easier to go that way. This is letting you know, no, here we go. The light is coming through, and you are now time to connect to the energy of the pure light. Because when you do so, I can definitely confirm, is rejoice and celebration. So this is 100%. It is happening. We all need to collectively join forces and go with what is getting presented to us, because the time has come for this card is no longer.
Wow, yeah. That was perfect. What a great set of cards to pull for that. Very powerful.
Right, ready for your next one?
Yes. Okay, so lots of people are saying they're getting a lot of ear ringing and headaches at the moment. I understand that this is connected to Ascension and also what can be happening on the Schumann resonance. So can you explain what this means and ask the cards or your angels what amount of people are now in sort of 4D and what amount of people are sort of in 5D, you know, how the ascension is going of humanity, really?
Yeah, that's a power punch questions there. Okay, so we know with us transitioning, for us to lift up into that higher frequency, we can't go from 3 to 4 to 5 without shifting. To shift, we actually have to lighten our load, because 3D is so heavy, and it's like that. If we look back at that card I just pulled before, that is really, really dense, heavy energy, and we have to lift it. To lift it, we have to be tuned in to be able to lift up. Also, we have to dismantle a lot of what we carry, what we've gone through with so many people, and that is letting go. So many people that are intuitively connecting to what's going out there at the moment, they are intuitively connecting, and that's like they've put their hand up and went, right, no more. So they are shifting, and to shift your vibration, they are tuning in the third eye. Okay, so that has been dialed down by so many agents of, you know, like the fluoride in the water, the spraying over us, our foods that have been poisoned. It's been amazing, and this is being dulled to be calcified, but there's something deep in your soul knows that something's not right. So this is opening. And the other thing is what were you saying? It's the headache. So this is causing pressure headaches, and the headaches can be lasting about 3 or 4 days, because this is the tuning. So grab a crystal, put your head even on a tree, and just focus on tuning yourself in, because this is this part. What was the other pain? Oh, the ringing of the ears.
Yeah.
And the Schumann resonance. Now Gaia is also lifting the vibration of the planet, and with her lifting that vibration, we're energetically getting lifted, and we can hear the ringing in our ears, and it can be really loud, it can be really strong, and that's letting you know you're connecting to source, you're connecting to the frequencies. On another level, also depending on where you are based, whether the 5G has been also turned on, so you could also be connecting into that. So be really careful of that. And when your ears are ringing and the head, get down to the water, get into nature. You have to plug back in. And it's just letting know we've got some jamming going, and we're just doing some clearing. What was the other question you asked about the head? About the
so What sort of amount of people do you think are in 4D or 5D? Like, do you think that there's, do you think that humanity's, kind of, getting further up into the 5 now, or are we still kind of down in the 3 for a lot of people?
No, you will find that the ones that are in the 3D, they're standing out. They're the ones that will attack you. They are the ones that get really shitty. They are the ones that they can't see what you're talking about. They don't understand you, but they're flaring up. They are literally in that 3D, but there's not as many of them now. Right. What we're actually witnessing the other ones that are questioning. They've had the double or the single, whatever, but they're actually questioning the ones that haven't gone that way on a completely different narrative, because they're not liking what they're seeing out, what's being fed out through the government, especially New Zealand and Australia, because it's becoming really tight out there. And so now what it is more of the unjabbed, their vibration is lifting so much higher. Their light is so bright, which is helping to assist. And so the levels are going up higher because these ones here are helping assist. So the whole planet, Gaia, the whole lot's going. So let's see what the cards have got to say. Hope that helps.
Yeah, it's I think that the thing is that the people who are in that 3D fear mode appear to be getting louder. But I think it's good to realize that actually there's just less of them, and they're just getting louder. Yeah,
they're just getting louder. They're showing themselves up, and you just don't approach them. You just keep away from them because they're not your people anymore. So we'll pull the 3 cards out, and let's just see what they've got to say. Okay, wonderful. Okay, stand your ground. Stand your ground. You know what's right because you are inwardly feeling it. So there are more people standing their ground now, and you're witnessing it. Now, one thing that really coming through really strong here is saying your silence is not standing up. Your silence is approving what they're rolling out upon you. So the more you stay silent, oh no, it'll go away. I'll let them, the noisy ones, to do it. No, with you being silent, you're agreeing of what they're rolling out. So it's time, and it's time to stand. It's time to put your mark out, because it is a positive move forward. We are all merging. We are all going direct to the light. We are all focusing. You can feel it in your heart. When you let go of your fear, you get to the sea because you are getting led. And even here we've got the sea creatures that have even joined in. But the light is coming in so strong. And honestly, again, it is rejoice and celebration. Again, that card came through. So
I'm looking forward to the party.
This is really positive. So doesn't matter how strong, they will fire. They will make sure, especially in our countries here at the moment, they are going to make it really scary, because the more fear they can feed, they then have control. Don't give it. Stand your ground. Is the big part there.
Wow, that's fantastic.
That was positive.
Very, very. Are you ready for your next question?
I am ready. Fire away.
Okay, so for years now, we have seen chemtrails in the sky. So, I first was alerted to those, I think, about 28 years ago. So it's been a long time. And whilst these haven't completely stopped, the reports are that these are now good chemtrails to help humanity. Can you ask what these are now? And are they good? And perhaps, what they might be doing to humanity to help us now, as opposed to, we know they weren't good before.
Yeah, that's really interesting, because my father, as a small child, I was always shown, the chemtrails. and he's in the natural therapy myself, and he would say to me, you watch when they drop how many people you will see with breathing problems. And it was something I've watched all the way through, and it's been insane, absolutely insane. So I know that with our sales, we used to go, oh my gosh, look at the plane, look at this chemtrails, oh my god, there's another plane, and it was just continuous. Now I can definitely vouch, there was a chemtrail just recently, and I love scanning the planes. And I noticed that there was a difference. There was a complete difference on just even the way it was landing down, what they were spraying. And all through New Zealand, the clouds have been so different. It's like a painter just spraying. And they were just floating clouds. They weren't density. Have you noticed them? And but the energetic side felt so different, and I just thought, no, it's shifted up. It's really shifted up, and for the first time in such a long time, we've actually had really good weather. And we are not having as many chemtrails. We're not locking in on them. And it's like Mother Nature is kicking in. And oh my gosh, just yesterday I went to my letterbox and I've been letting the swan plants. My swan plants are loaded with caterpillars. They were loaded with bees. And I was giving so much blessing, because that was confirmation. They weren't the chemtrails, because when they drop, they die. And these trees were loaded, and I just felt so happy in my heart. So that, that's from what my guides have told me. So let's see what the cards have got to tell us on the chemtrails.
You must notice that I haven't had hay fever like I would normally have. So most people get hay fever.
So this is the mental conflict. This is what they were doing. Okay. So it was interfering with ourselves, and it was confirming that chemtrails was no good. It was definitely no good. And it was also affecting this part of our inner self as well. So that was confirmation. And hang on, I've just lost you. Where are we? Okay. All right. No, here. Okay. I'm just trying to work out the sequence. Yeah. Okay. So here, no more suffering in silence. So this is us looking out, and it's letting us know that the clouds, the universe is shifting up. So we've come from a darker place of what they were doing. It is definitely lightened up. So this is definitely confirming what we were just saying, that things have changed, and especially out and with the clouds. So there is definitely clearing, and it feels, memories of love. So it's basically everything's getting nurtured now. So on an energetic level, as well as what they were spraying, and it was not hazarded to our health. Okay, so it's definitely shifted up, and so it's a good thing. And you'll start noticing more insects will become more apparent in the gardens. And so definitely get into the veggie growing, get into the plants, and so the bees can actually do their pollen transfer for all our plants at the moment. So it's a positive thing. Positive things are happening.
Great. That's fantastic, especially when there's so many people, especially in New Zealand, that actually suffer from hay fever and things, and you do wonder how much of that was the chemtrails, constantly dropping on us, as opposed to, I'm sure there are lots of people who have allergies to pollen, but how much of that was chemtrails and how much was pollen. So,
and especially when we've been tracking it for so long and working in that field. So you could see the correlation with it as well. So that's really
Yeah.
powerful. Yeah. Okay. Is there any other questions?
Yep, last one.
Oh, she's got another one.
Got one more. As we get closer to things changing worldwide for the better, what advice would you give people wanting to focus on their bright new future and how to prepare themselves?
Yeah. What they're coming through here is shift up. It's a movie rolling out, and I've had quite a few phone calls at the moment, people freaking out with all these new demands that are getting rolled out at the moment. And I've said to them, step out of the movie. You are a character in that movie. It's your choice how long you want to play in that movie. When you opt out and rest and rejuvenate and strengthen your mind, body, and soul, you have the choice of going back in. But it's you, number one. So when you make that decision, no, I am not doing this, get out, get on the retreats, get into the healing, get into nature, block it out. Do not consent to anything unless you can feel that it's good for you and your family and your heart. And because when you block that movie and you stand strong in your heart, that is when you own your sovereign self, because you are a sovereign soul. You take the control back. Why do you feel that you have to hand over yourself? You have the control. Your government doesn't have control of yourself, your sovereign soul. We are born to live on the land and our land to feed us. We have the right. And yeah, they're taking and stripping us from all our indigenous beliefs of healing ourselves, our healing, our seeing, our knowing, our intuitive side, and also growing our food. So go back in yourself. And what would your great grandfather and mother be doing right now? Go back and live simple, because you're putting your own stress on yourself, because it's all to do with money. And but just know that you are protected when you know you are. And let's see what the cards have got to say on, yeah, just the last one there, what we're to do. Okay. What is the advice that you'd like to pass on to us? Yeah. Stop the distraction. It's big time, because it is a model on this movie that's rolling out in 3D. It's disrupting us intuitively. And we feel that, yeah, we can't go any further without saying, yes, sir, 3 bags full, sir. When we send individually the healing, so the energy of this card, you can see the energy coming up behind him. And he knows he's alone and he's feeling it. And he knew that if he surrenders, this energy is really taking over him. And it's no longer. So we send him so much love. So he builds his own energy back and his confidence back. And just now you can feel that he's listening and he's really connecting to us. So when you make that decision, okay, that's one of the most important things, because guess what we're holding out for? The truth. But we feel that it's hard to get the truth and we can't go forward. And you feel intuitively this is where you want to go. But when you know you've got your own gifts, the gifts are there. These are the chains. And so you make it easier by lowering the level down. And when you lower that down, then you can make it out to where you want to go, not where you're told you can't go any further. That's it. You let us lead you. No. Feel it in your heart, and your gifts are all there. Go in with inside. You can lower the level, and then you can feel it free. Because we are all gifted with a spiritual strength. We believe that's all we are. When we tap in to the greatest source, and whether it be your God within or your God without outside, when you believe in yourself and you enhance your own ability and tap in to this greater side of yourself, then and only then you free yourself up, because you are your own God, no one else. Do not give yourself over to anyone else other than yourself. And then you have the control, because we all have got the most powerful energy within inside. They've just said there's one finale card that you want to bring out, and let's see what it's got. Oh my God. Stand your ground again. How strong is that? So when we can feel and tap into our spiritual strength, we then have the strength to stand our ground. And yeah, the world is your oyster from there on. And that's a really, really powerful card. So yeah, that was wonderful. They came through beautiful there. So we did the questions. We've done all the questions.
We have. Thank you very much. Some beautiful messages there, and I think the cards really spelled out some of the journeys that people are going through at the moment, you know, and where they are stuck and where they need to move to. And I think there's some great messages there today.
Yeah, and it's definitely, you're not alone. We're all having to go through it. So it's like we're all going through the eye of the needle, and it's just, what can we let go of? What doesn't serve us anymore? And do the meditation, go into your quiet space, just sit at the sea. You don't even have to think, just stop thinking. When we stop thinking, we then can listen to this. When we listen to this, we then get the higher guidance. And it doesn't matter what religion we have, it's the guidance that comes through that helps lead us. And then when we have that, then you can sense what is right and what is wrong, what is not feeling right. And you only have to look at so many people that are taking this control position. And when they take that control position, it's like, why are they taking the control? It's on health. Okay, so I know that if I build my immune system up and I stay strong, and my mental self. Wow, that was really interesting what the cards had to say today. So this was really good, Melissa, and we should do it again and catch up. And
we were just sort of, you know, like I was just so surprised that we had all those cards that kept coming up. And I just think that reinforces that message of get out of the fear, move yourself through and stand in your sovereignty. And then at the end, we're going to have a party. And I'm focusing on the party. Maybe that's the party for me.
Because that's what it's all about. Just stay in your space. Just know that it's ending. It's all crumbling. It's not, the narrative is falling, and you just stay strong, because honestly, we're here and we're all going through our own experiences, and and it's not nice. But what Melissa just said then was, when the cards bring up the same card twice, they are reinforcing what the message is. So that's really powerful. And I think, we definitely hold on to that. So till next time, we're going to love and leave you. And thank you for listening to the video that was put up today. And if you like and share this, it goes out to the algorithms for others to actually catch the video as well. So thank you so much, and thank you, Melissa, for helping us today, getting the message out even further. So once again, thank you. See you later. Bye.